Some of you know me.
Who are you?
Some of you don't. For the 42 people that have been following my journey, yes, 42. You guys would know me as the guy who went from this to this. Sorry, had to show off. So how did I do it? Well, it's easy. All you need is tons and tons of hard money. What? Everything is about money. A fake personality will tell you it's hard work, determination, and everything else in between. Well, but not me, because I'm about to share the secret on how to become a mangaka. First, you gotta buy a ticket to Japan, which would cost you this amount. I know it seems cheap right now, but trust me. Back in my days, I had none of that luxury. I bought it in its full price, without the economic discount. Thank you, son. Then you gotta get a house in Japan, which would cost you this amount. You can't just sleep on the street. You'll be competing with the countless homeless people that do it better than you. And they'll kick you out when they realize you're not old or Japanese. So you can't even be homeless. It's not easy. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, this guy will paime your ass back to society if you decide to be homeless. That's what you're dealing with here. Then you gotta enroll to this school and pay this amount of tuition fee. And boom, you're all set.
What? What about the language? I can't speak Japanese.
Well, don't you worry. You'll have subtitles when they speak in real life. Just ask the weeaboos. Anyway, now that you have everything down, let's get to the real bits. So you wake up, look in the mirror, and you give yourself a thumbs up. You gotta absolutely encourage yourself, no matter how terrible you know your drawing is. Because, you know, the world can be cruel. Then you step outside of the house you paid $1 bazillion for. Lock the doors so nobody else can see the dead landlord. You hid in there and you move. Then as you see, it's a lot of walking. And I mean, a lot. Because you gotta go here, where the railways are. As this is where you're gonna have to take the train to get to where you gotta go. But damn, wait. There's a McDonald's. You can't just skip that. Alright, this is important. Whenever you get into a McDonald's, always get the filet-o-fish. And don't forget to make it a set. You're gonna eat the calories. Unless you don't, then eat a salad leaf. It's just the goat. Better than anything on the menu. Change my mind. Actually, don't. I do not care. Anyway, once you're done, head into the station and ride the train again and again. Important note, you gotta fast forward yourself as well, because as we all know, it's illegal to be late in Japan. And if you're late, you gotta commit Sudoku. Anyways, once you're here though, you can finally slow it down as the hardest part of the commute is done. And slowly make your way down. Yep, take your time, or you'll see these murals on the wall. Drawn by the artists who are better than you, and just so happen to go to the same school as you. Sick. You already gave yourself thumbs up this morning, and so it's fine. So, you make your way to the bus, which also has designs made by the artists who are better than the artists who are better than you. And you make your way, and boom, you finally arrived. What a long journey it has been. But there's more to go. Then you go to this fountain, where it will show you the direction you need to go. And you move. But not before visiting the daily food truck, Aussie Pie. What's that? I'm a pass. Not feeling Indian food today. Oh, and there's a cinema which you'll pass by. For the film students. And no sauce code. We don't do that here. And after that long journey of battling the monsters and adventure quest, you finally see the magical king's castle, ripped straight out from another world. Just look at this beauty. Legend has it that the Japanese high schoolers defeated the demon king and brought this castle as a souvenir. And the school made it into its character creative arts department. Sick. As you realize the gravity of honor and prestige bestowed upon you to not dishonor your family and school, you enter. And you reach a workspace that has all the equipment you need. And that's where you shall paint your Mona Lisa. and make things like this or this. And you finally take a deep breath. Remember the money you spent on this place and put that student debt of yours to good use as you scribble away. Always remember, it's always about the money. And boom, look at that immaculate panel. Always take a step back and bask in your drawing, but not for too long as you realize there's more to draw. And again, if you're too slow and late for the deadlines, you gotta commit Sudoku. But before you unalive to Sudoku, it is important to not succumb to dehydration either. So, you make your way to the terrace, where it's open until 6 p.m. And you see this vending machine, where you get your water, and now you can go back to slaving away into your drawing. And now, you take a step back as you finish your second panel. And again, bask in your achievements. Which so far is to just complete another panel. But hey, move one step at a time. Remember what you told yourself in the mirror. And crap, it's now 6 p.m. and the school's closing down. So now you gotta get out of the building. And this next part is important because as you walk away from the building, you gotta look back and take a look at the castle one final time. And channel your inner Naruto looking back at the Hokage statue and make your promise to yourself that you become whatever you want to become. And promise you'll come back to this place as a legend. But not anytime soon, as you're gonna have to come back again for tomorrow's class. But anyway, as the great saying goes, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. When in Japan, do as the Japanese do. And work overtime, because ain't no way you're going home. You thought that was it? You're drawing until the security guard drags you away as you beg for your life to stay in the building and kneel on the ground. Which wouldn't happen until 7 p.m. because you'll be using the internet room, which has computers that won't close until 7. So you've got about an hour. And so you load up your data that you saved and you go back to working. Until they throw you off the building and you're forced to go home because, like I said, you can't be homeless. And repeat this process for as long as it takes, until your money gives out. Or they give you a piece of paper telling you to never come back. So whoever this video helps, good luck on your journey. And if you decide all those steps are too difficult or too money consuming, you can contact me instead and I'll be your certified personal artist at a much lower cost. You can tell me what you want and I'll turn anything into a manga. For example, this person wanted a manga of their pets, and so I made it. Or just even an illustration, or even just something completely random. Here's a poster I did for Kobe City, Japan. And here's a book cover for a short story I wrote. You want anything onto a paper? I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Anyway, before I sign off on this video, I want to speak to the people who actually clicked into this, just, you know, trying to find out more about manga, or just aiming to be a mangaka. Everyone has a different journey. Some with a journey into the far lands, some people with just a sketchbook and a dream. So to the ones who have doubts, or are afraid of whether they're making the right decision, whichever it is, regardless of what it is, your actions always start the same. You gotta try. And trust me, I'm trying. We all are. Unless you're using ChatGPT, then ignore everything I just said.